Hello Aquarius, Aquarius Rising, and Aquarius Moon people. This is your weekly astrological and card horoscope for the week starting April 24th, 2017. And a quick reminder for you guys out there, remember there are special videos out there talking about why your rising sign is relevant, as well as what's going on with this Venus shadow period until we get into early May. The Venus shadow period video is up on the main channel page under the featured videos, so you might want to check that out. And of course, if you ever want to get a session with me, you can always follow the links below, or go to integrativemysticism.com. So what is going on with your astrology this week? Well, this week we've got Mercury retrograding all the way back into your third house of communications, Aries, where it will be forming a tight but helpful connection to Saturn, currently retrograde in your 11th house of friendships and social networking. Now, two retrogrades can make a right, and they absolutely do in this situation. Now, Saturn retrograde and Mercury retrograde together in these areas is talking about somebody, like a friend, or possibly even somebody you've been networking with, or even a work collaborator, going back on their word in a way that works for you. Whether they've said a big no, whether they've declined an offer that you've made, or decided that they were suddenly unavailable for something very important or something that you knew that they would be very helpful on, well, suddenly they are available. And suddenly we have them, workable and ready. Sometimes people realize the error of their ways. Some people really do need a second to kind of come back and make that U-turn and realize what the right answer was. And it looks like you will have a good chance here. So, we are getting this person back, or, if we had a situation before where, again, a person had made some kind of big, bold move to put some boundary out there that was unnecessary, that is being taken off the table as well. Again, clearing the air for you and your friend. Later on in the week, we've got a new moon in Taurus in your 4th house of home and family, and this can be a brilliant opportunity for those of you who are looking for a new place to live, those of you Aquarian people who have been house hunting, looking to find a way to either purchase or rent a new property. And a new moon in the 4th house can also indicate a great chance for a lot of you who have been thinking about maybe you're not necessarily looking to buy or purchase a place, but you're looking to maybe expand on the home that you're in, whether it's expanding with people or expanding on the territory, getting more work done, or maybe even doing something to improve the value of a property or an investment that you have over the next 2 weeks. We will see a way to make that happen much more quickly than you could have expected. So what's going on with your cards? Well, for your spiritual advice, we do have the card of the Wizard, upright. And the Wizard talks about a very interesting thing that I think a lot of Aquarians are usually pretty good at. And that's basically saying, learning to be honest and truthful with people because it's the right thing to do, and sometimes the right thing to do doesn't always feel like the polite thing to do. Because the Wizard can talk about a need to be able to tell people what they need to know to do better in their situation, without handling them with kid gloves. Even I get a lot of flack, like on the Scarlet Moon Facebook page, for not necessarily always having the most uplifting messages. To which I tell them, Scarlet Moon was never meant to be Astro Prozac. This might be a situation that you need to think about when you get the Wizard card. Because when you think about it, you gotta tell people what they need to hear. People are looking for strategies and ways out. The Wizard also likes to focus on issues to solve. And you may already have some answers that you don't know how to bring out to a friend or a relative who could really use this information, whether it's to help them have a better relationship with you, or to help them have a better relationship with other people. Sometimes we need to catch somebody or stop somebody from doing something bad or wrong or self-sabotaging, and it's not easy for them to hear what they're really doing. For your Earth sector, when it comes to your work and finances, we do have the 7 of Swords upright. Very interesting card because this can indicate a need for a lot of you Aquarian people to be mindful about somebody who's going to be tempting you to do something that could get themselves, and you, if you go along with it, into some trouble. The 7 of Swords upright can indicate somebody who may be operating not just in an unethical way, but something, in a way that will bite them in the ass, because it could have to do with plagiarism. It could be taking credit for things that they didn't do, or not documenting things correctly. And we really don't want to go about it that way, because the 7 of Swords does have a warning about potentially getting caught. The other thing about the 7 of Swords, for those of you currently looking for a new job, that you need to pay attention to is the place that you're applying to at this point in time may not be the place that you end up. Not because you don't get the job, But the Seven of Swords upright in a good way in this instance is saying something better is going to come along this week, even though you had all your eggs in this basket. A better basket is coming. Either way, with the Seven of Swords upright, you do need to be careful not to take everything for granted or look too much for certainty this week, because again, better alternatives are showing up at the end of the week, so anything we commit to in the beginning of the week is premature. For your communications with air, when it comes to friends, relatives, and the others in your life, we do have the Eight of Swords upright, and it's the perfect time to, again, remember what I just said about that Wizard card. The Eight of Swords upright does indicate a challenge we will face will come from a friend or a relative who simply will not evolve out of a recurring cycle or a bad habit that they do have. You know, a lot of people think, I can't change, this is hardwired into my personality, all of those things. That's not true. You know, if a person does have a bad habit, if a person does have a bad thing, they know it hurts them, they know it hurts people around them. If they're going to fall back and say it's just a part of my personality, that's kind of a cop-out. And with the Eight of Swords upright, you may be dealing with that in a friend or a relative who knows they're doing wrong but doesn't want to stop. Because the Eight of Swords does talk about a person who can get themselves out of a negative pattern or cycle that they're in. If you look at the picture, yeah, he's blindfolded, yeah, his arms are bound, but his hands are free. He can cut himself loose on the swords, he could even lift off the mask. He's not doing it, is he? That's kind of the issue that we have going on with the communications department here for you. So I think that we need to learn how to just simply be okay to call it like you see it, and don't worry, you know, and don't worry about sparing feelings until people are willing to talk about true feelings. For your challenge this week with fire, we do have the Page of Swords reversed. And this card can talk about a need to watch out. Okay, watch out for some, you know, people jumping to bad conclusions, or doing some, you know, let's just say, arriving at strange answers and strange conclusions for situations where they're just not actually analyzing the evidence or what's being presented correctly. This could be a situation with the Page of Swords reversed where a person's just doing, you know, I always call this the card of doing bad math, or possibly listening to too much hearsay, and this could be causing a lot more drama in a situation than is necessary. Sometimes the Page of Swords reversed can also be a need for you to pay attention to where something has gotten a little out of hand with a bit of a rumor mill, and a lot of people are taking it for fact when it's absolutely not true. Now, people are going to be expecting you to jump on this bandwagon. It may even be in regards to somebody that you would expect to do something like this. But being fair is fair, and even if somebody is your enemy, you don't need to make things up, you know, in order to make a point about who this person really is. And if other people are making it up, the right thing to do, the honorable thing to do, is to not perpetuate the lie, even if we don't like that person. For your emotions with water and your romantic life, we do have the Page of Wands, reversed. And this card is interesting because it does usually talk about flaking out. And I'm gonna tell you right now, Aquarius, if you're not sure about somebody, if you're not sure about a situation that you've already said you wanted to do, go ahead and open up a dialogue about it. Don't just disappear. Because sometimes this card can show up when you, or we, or whomever gets this card, is the one tempted to ghost, tempted to back out. Whether it's a commitment you made with a partner, you know, maybe we said we were going to go to their work picnic, and we're like, we don't really want to go to that work picnic, let's pretend to get sick. Or maybe it's with a new date, or you agreed to get set up, or you agreed to meet somebody somewhere. The Page of Wands reversed is saying you can get out of this if you want to. However, if we don't want to burn a bridge, or if we want to do things the right way, again, honor the card of the Wizard here. We've got to be upfront about it. Don't get a jelly belly on me now. I count on you Aquarius people to just shoot from the hip anyway. The Page of Wands reverse can indicate that you may actually find out that if you're trying to wiggle out of something, the other person you're afraid of disappointing is just as happy to wiggle out of it as well. Maybe you're not the only one who doesn't want to go to this thing. Maybe everyone just thinks they have to do it for somebody else. It's one of those thank God you said it situations, I hope. So that is your horoscope. I hope you enjoyed it, Aquarius. If you did, please like, share, and subscribe. You know I appreciate it. And of course, if you ever want to get a session, you can always follow the links below, or go to integrativemysticism.com.